Welcome to Wise Guitar Lessons, and this is a full breakdown of how to play Resurrection Story by Phil Wickham on the acoustic guitar. This song comes right off of his brand new album, Song of the Saints. Let me know down below what other songs off that album you'd like taught, and if you'd be open to learning some more of his older stuff. Let me know on that. Like always, I'll have a full playthrough in the description, as well as free chord charts, so make sure you go check those out. And let's get into this tutorial. So let's begin our Resurrection Story into learning this song. So this song is originally in the key of B flat. So who really wants to do bar chords the entire time? So slide that capo, 3rd fret, and then 5 chords in the key of G. I'll show you how to play it. And yes, there is a bar chord, but I'll show you how to do it without a bar chord for you beginners out there. So the first chord you'll need is G major. You'll then need an E minor. You'll then need a C major. You'll then need a D major. And then the dreaded bar chord, the B minor. So now I don't like doing bar chords myself. And so what you can do here is make that A minor and slide it up 2 frets. And so what you're doing with that is you're letting the A string ring out, making it a B minor 7 without the bar chord. So it's so much easier to play. And those are the 5 chords you need. So now let's discuss the strumming. So the strumming is super easy. This song really relies on Phil's dynamics and playing around with the different strumming patterns. So I'm going to show you a couple, but then build off of each as kind of what he does. So this song is in 4/4 timing and 143 BPM. So it's also kind of quick. So let's look at the strumming. So when he's getting in, so the intro and first verse, and even sometimes the chorus, he's really just doing 8th note down strum. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And so he's doing it pretty quick there. But that's the basis of what he's doing. So you can take it from there. When he's doing the bridge, he's then cutting that in half, just doing 4. So 1 and 2 and. So he's going 1 and 2 and. And then finally, when he's ending the song, he then does just 1 down strum. So that part is necessarily where he's not building up. You can then, when he's building up, I have 2 options. You can do, alternatively, just alternating down strums. So, down strum, sorry. So it's doing down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And I usually do that like during the chorus and anything but the bridge. But you can also do that in place of doing the down strums because that can be very tiring quick. And then before the first chorus, when he's starting to really build up, I then use a select pattern. And that pattern is down, down, up, down, up. So if you count, it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And so when you're doing that, it really works as a great bridge to go from the And so you can take every single strumming that I showed you and make this song your own, just like how Phil Wickham does. So now, let's break down all of the progressions. And so now, let's start breaking down the progressions. And so remember, I always break each part down into little blocks, and then I build each part of the song. So let's begin. The best part about this song is really, it's the same chord progression, but there's like little variations here and there. That's the hardest part to remember. But so let us begin. So progression A is going to be G 4 times. When you see this, you're essentially just going to be doing the down strums. So keep that in mind. Progression B is G for a measure, C for a measure, E minor for a measure, to D for a measure. Progression C is then G for a measure, C for a measure, E minor for a measure, to then G for a measure. Progression D is then C major for 2 measures. Progression E is then G major for a measure, C major for a measure, E minor for a measure, to B minor for a measure. Then the final one is progression F, which is C major for a measure, to D major for a measure, to E minor for a measure, to D major for a measure. So now let's build the parts, because it's super easy and super fun. So the intro is going to be progression A. And so this is the part where he starts the song and you'll begin doing the, and that'll carry into the first verse. And so the first verse is then progression A 2 times, and then progression B 3 times. So when he switches to progression B, that's where I start putting out the down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down. Because then the next part, the chorus, which is the same throughout, is 4 Bs. And that's where I go. Then the turnaround, which I keep that same down, up strumming, is then doing 2 Bs. Verse 2 is then doing 3 Bs, and that's where I then go back to doing just the down strum. So then the bridge is where the little trouble can happen here. This is where you're going to go straight for the doing that. And so the progressions are B, B, and D. Then everything else is the same until the final chorus, which you're going to do 2 A's, an E, an F, 3 B's, and an F. And remind you, this is where I'm full out strumming, doing the alternating entirely. Then you reach the outro, which is B 3 times to do 1 G down strum. And that in total is the entire song. So really take note of when I told you to do the different strumming patterns, or even discard what I said, put the strumming patterns where you want, and you can really rock out this story and song. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this tutorial helped you out. This song is so much fun to play, and his entire album is a banger. So let me know, what other Phil Wickham songs would you like me to teach? Leave them down below. Make sure you also go grab those free chord charts down below and check out the full playthrough to work on that timing. And thank you for watching. Take care.